Dear viewers, welcome to this YouTube channel. In this chapter, there will be an explanation of observations on Rahu 8 extra as follows. Rahu 8 is the planet that has the most influence over humans' life. It affects the human's mind and belief. Moreover, it can also represent indulgence, trickery, cheating and gambling. This planet is considered hard to understand and it gives mostly negative effects. More specifically, when predicting transiting planets, there will not be any beneficial cases even though the transiting Rahu becomes related to its friendly pair Saturn, 7. There is no exception. See further details in Predicting Transiting Planets chapter. Since Rahu 8 has a great deal of influence and could greatly affect a human's life more than any other planet, it is therefore summarized once again as follows. In the basic horoscope or the original horoscope, Rahu 8 is neutral and conjoins with the Ascendant implies that the native is shrewd, sophisticated, tricky and may be indulged in something such as liquor, gambling, drugs as well as academic knowledge. Some of them may even commit various evil deeds. Depending on the background such as family, upbringing, financial status. In this case Jupiter, 5, should be considered to determine thoughtfulness plus Mars, 3, to determine logic and reasoning plus the Sun, 1, to determine pride and honor. They should be checked if they are related to the Ascendant or not so that they could prevent or reduce these negative traits. Even though they are not related to the Ascendant, they would be able to help suppress these traits if they are positive. Although these traits will usually be prominent in the teenage years and then the native will eventually be able to grow away from them later on. Rahu 8 is neutral and is in conjunction, opposition, trine or sextile with the Ascendant will have similar results to the first case, although the degree is significantly less. Furthermore, in case all the three planets or one of them is related to the Ascendant, it will end up with a good result since the native will become shrewd and sophisticated. The native will be very committed when learning something new. A minor indulgence, in order to determine how much the native can learn the other planets, must be taken into consideration. However, if the financial planet is flawed, it may imply that the native will commit evil deeds or become indulged in gambling. The native is usually misbehaved during teenage years, but she will be able to grow away from it. Rahu 8 is positive and conjoins with the Ascendant. In this case, Rahu will be very beneficial and very harmful at the same time. Its influence is more powerful when it conjoins with the Ascendant because its influence will be on top. No matter how other planets are related, they could neither prevent nor suppress the influence of Rahu effectively. On the other hand, their support could be delayed and therefore could not prevent the native to become tricky and dishonest. Moreover, Ascendant conjoined Venus, 6, will further enhance the art of trickery for the native. Though Ascendant conjoined Rahu still has some positive sides, namely these behaviors are observable at all times. If someone knows the native from before, she could anticipate the situation beforehand. However, the dignity of the planets such as domicile, exaltation, Mahachakra, Raja Yoga has to be taken into account as well in order to determine the degree percentage. Rahu, 8, that is positive and is in opposition, sextile or trine with the ascendant has similar effects as in the first case. Although the degree percentage is somewhat reduced accordingly. The native may still be a famous celebrity if other planets are positive as mentioned earlier. Additionally, other planets have to be considered in order to determine the degree of suppression by comparing the dignities to each other. **** In case of Rahu that relates to the ascendant implies that the traits are often demonstrated somehow. For instance, the native excels in shrewdness or indulges in gambling, liquors, and drugs. Some of them are even natural cheaters. The hidden sides may also be demonstrated given the right circumstance, and life could therefore be in great danger at that time. It is recommended to take caution. In most of the cases there will only be one side that is demonstrated, while there are some other hidden sides as well. The degree will depend on the dignity of the planet. There are some cases of the natives that have exaltation dignified Rahu which relates to the ascendant. They appear to be surprisingly naive and credulous. Although these cases are very rare. Rahu, 8, is positive but is unrelated to the ascendant is usually considered more beneficial than harmful. The reason is that the native will be shrewd and sophisticated. Therefore, she does not easily become indulged in something. Even though the planet is in Mahanabhava, it would still have a lot of benefits. As inner talents. Though there are some periods that the native may become very misbehaved. She could be addicted to alcohol, drugs, gambling, or women. Although this will occur temporarily depending on the period of life for each person. Some of them misbehaves during teenage years and some during adults. There are some old people that loses everything because of women. According to the meanings of non-ascendant related, these occurrences are not always observable and inauspicious. However, Rahu that has exaltation or Mahachakra dignity in Kadampa Bhava will make the native become very wealthy. When it is in a bhava, it will make that bhava stronger. Rahu, 8, is negative, debilitation, detriment, and relates to the ascendant. It implies that the native is credulous and may be having too much indulgence or none at all. They are mostly not alcohol addicted, gambling addicted, and are not cheaters. Even though they are deceiving, they will easily get caught since the planet is not auspicious. Rahu, 8, is neutral or negative and is not related to the ascendant will have a great deal of benefits since there will not be indulgence in anything. This involves the original horoscope and transiting planets. The native is not tricky and deceiving, but is not shrewd either. Rahu, 8, with Mahachakra dignity, including Chula Chakra, is rather complicated to understand. This is because Mahachakra dignity will have uncertain results, namely very little, too much, or none at all. These are all possible. In case it is related to the ascendant, these traits will be observable and therefore predictable. On the other hand, ascendant unrelated planet is hard to predict since the traits are not observable under normal circumstances. Some people demonstrate these traits a few times, once only or not even once in the entire lifetime. This is considered a serious issue since it may cause a disastrous damage in life. As a non-ascendant related planet, it is considered inauspicious, and when the native commits a fraud, she will easily be caught. All of these observations are related to Rahu and people's life overall. Other details are not included as they need to be considered in order as usual. Please stay tuned for the upcoming episodes.